Good afternoon, my friends. This is the Grim Flayer. Hope you're doing very well today, and I hope you are ready for the Grimquisition to assemble once again, even though we are not actually casting Inquisition of Kozilek today. We're not casting any black spells today. Instead, we are revisiting Izzet Prowess. Get it? It's a pun. It's funny. You should consider laughing. I'd really appreciate if you laughed at the very funny joke. But we are playing Izzet Prowess, Blue-Red Blitz, whatever your preferred nomenclature is. That is what we're doing here. It's a Prowess deck. It's got blue. It is pretty strong. Very fun. So, this is in the format of a Discord League. For those not familiar, a very brief explanation. The winner of a donation league, the earner of a donation league, has opted, rather than having me play their list through a league in the traditional format, to sit in the pilot's chair themselves, while the rest of us, whoever is around, myself plus whoever else is on the Discord, piles in on a phone call, on a Discord call, and we all spectate live as the donor pilots through a league with our advice, Grima Wormtongue-like, whispering into the pilot's ear. So that is what's going on here today. And the pilot is none other than Guy Catalan, the most famous dual citizen of Paris, France, and the American South you are ever likely to know. Guy is there anything Guy can't do? I mean, the list of accolades is huge. He is an Of the Veil tier Patreon supporter. We love to see that. Very generous. He is a Discord moderator. We love our moderators very much, and we appreciate that greatly. And he is the reigning champion of the Grimflayer MTG Discord, having taken down the Battle for the Veil with this archetype. Not with this exact list, but with this exact archetype. So yeah, Guy Catlin, a wonderful, wonderful guy. He is... Another pun, there you go. He is the one in the pilot's chair today. And as for the list, okay, sorry, I forgot to make another joke, which I need to make. Is there anything Guy can't do? Well, yeah, actually there is. There's one thing he can't do, but it's okay because I can't do it either. Sometimes for some of us with slower internet connections or lower-end computers, it is hard for us to successfully stream and screen share on Discord while also recording and while also actually playing MTGO. So big shout out to Nostier and maybe Lotus's Den, both of whom recorded this league and one of whose recordings you're about to see. So thank you guys for making this possible to put up on YouTube as well. So back to the list that Guy brought to the table here. Obviously, Izzet Prowess is mostly figured out, but there's still a lot of tweaking to be done around the edges. And we turned the dial in a pretty particular direction here. So allow me to explain. Most of what you're seeing is relatively stock, but the presence of 8 shock effects is certainly not. We're playing 4 Wild Slash and 4 Burst Lightning. So why is this not stock? Well, it's because often the slots that are dedicated to the shocks, maybe even all 8 of the shock slots, are taken up by other spells, which is usually a mix of opt and of free spells. The free spells in question generally being Gut Shot or Mutagenic Growth. So the idea behind the free spells is that they have pretty good synergy with Prowess creatures. More so, the less interactive the meta is, the more synergistic and the lower risk they are to play. And also, in addition to that inherent synergy they have in any Prowess deck, which is decent, they're especially good with Sprite Dragon and Stormwing Entity, powering up the former and enabling early casts of the latter. So that is why you generally see some number of Gut Shot and Mutagenic Growth in an Izzet deck. And also the presence of Opt, it's just a really good card. Opt is just a strong card. It's 1 mana, it's card selection, it's a cantrip, and it fuels all of our threats. So that is the stock kind of inclusion over the shock effects. Again, sometimes over all 8 shock effects, certainly over like 6 of these at least, is more normal. But Guy has been higher and higher on the shock effects the more he has played, and I have to agree, I've never felt hamstrung by quote-unquote having to register shocks, even in mono-red Prowess, right? And another thing that kind of pushed him, I think, into this deck-building decision is the desire to run Blood Moons. So the Uro and Omnath piles are a big problem for this archetype. There are some really fast progressions we have that can still get underneath them, but if they're keeping up, they now have 8 like I win pile cards, right? They have Uro, they have Omnath. It's just too much to beat on a realistic basis a lot of the time, and therefore Blood Moon has become more and more appealing as a hate card for those matchups, and of course it's pretty well positioned in the overall meta right now. But Blood Moon is not that much of a free roll in our deck, even though it's base red, even though it's 2 color only, simply because playing basic island is kind of untenable. Because if you look at our 1-drops, it'd just be a disaster to draw a basic island almost any time, right? Almost any time early. So Blood Moon is going to shut off too many of our blue cards. Therefore, it does make a lot of sense to hedge away from the blue cards, and that means cutting the ops, and also in the face of an interactive meta, and having already kind of set out down the path of playing shocks over ops, we are looking to move away from the free spells as well and just have a higher card quality. This is kind of like a mono-red prowess deck, really. We are just splashing blue for the flying threats, basically. That would otherwise, these slots would be taken up by maybe some crash-throughs that compete with the extraneous threats, and a couple Burst Lightnings or Wild Slashes, and Kiln Fiend plus a Bedlam Reveler number 3 and or 4. That's the idea here. So basically we can conceive of the main deck as kind of a halfway point between traditional mono-red prowess and current stock Izzet Prowess, which is really, really cool. And in some of the matches you're about to see, we did function basically like a mono-red prowess deck with a little bit of a splash for a flying arsenal of attackers. And we are also splashing for Aether Gust in the sideboard. That's all that Guy registered here. And funnily enough, none of us noticed until after the fact that we are only playing 14 sideboard cards. So what can I say? I guess we're taking a little bit of a handicap to help our poor opponents out, right? Because they don't know what's about to hit them with the entire Grimquisition brainstorming together and occasionally punting, but mostly I think playing fairly well. So to make things fair, we forget to register a sideboard card. It is all good. In more seriousness, Guy is a much more experienced Izzet player than I am. I love the sideboard. Obviously, we could use a 15th card. I personally am high on Spell Pierce, so if I had been constructing this, or it had been given to me to tweak, I might maybe cut an Aether Gust, play 2 copies of Spell Pierce. I think the card's great in this shell, but that's definitely something we can revisit another time. So thank you, my friends, so much for watching. Thank you once again to Guy Catlin, to Nostier, and to maybe Lotus's Dan, the latter two for being so kind as to record the league, and the former for everything, for all of the moderation, the financial support, and for piloting this list that we're about to see today. And thanks to everybody else who was in on the call. I don't want to start naming them here because I know I'm going to forget somebody. We had a lot of people turn out. You know who you are. Thank you very much. Without any further ado, let's play some Blitz in Modern.
Let's go.
And we're live.
We are
just
live.
Gonna start the recording.
Rock and roll.
Got it.
All right, so this is the second take
Take 2.
of this league. The first one was one of the more vent zone worthy 3-2s I've ever played in my life.
Yep, the result was acceptable. The nature of the games was not. And the recording of the first one fell through anyway, so we are here to do it again, to run it back. And everything's going to go better this time. The result, the recording, and less lopsided gameplay, or so we hope.
We're going to hit 3 lands, we're going to stay there.
Yeah, exactly. Every time.
So we are just going to keep any 3-landers we have? On the basis that we're only going to draw spells.
Any 3-lander. Doesn't matter what else is in them.
3 lands and 4 ops is a great hand.
We stopped playing ops. If it'd be 3 lands, 4 lava darts, I'd keep that. Threats and spells. This is threats and spells, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like
Ron,
I would
by
keep,
the base definition. Yes,
I would
yes,
keep
it
this
is.
mold of 6. You know,
Yeah, I'd keep it.
it's like already a mold of 6 kind of.
It's just really unfortunate to see that, but I'd keep it. Yeah. Yeah.
I only played 2 revelers.
Yep.
I will say, after switching out the Ops for the Burst Lightnings, you get a lot of hands that are just like mono red prowess hands. And I'm kind of into it. Alright, L-Jex or E-Jex, what you got for us? Keeping us in suspense.
Yeah, maybe nothing.
Kept a
Discard
zero
the
lander,
hand
hope to draw into it. Aw.
Ah, dude,
How dare you?
I hate that Windswept Heath. Oh, never mind. I was about to say I hate that Windswept Heath like just means Omnath these days.
Or a Heliod combo.
I'll take some Ponzo with this hand. Just goes from an Arbor Elf, Amulet of Vigor. Ugh.
Or I guess Titan.
I don't want to say it, but I swear I have been playing against this deck so much.
Yep.
All right, so I'm just gonna add red here.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
try
good,
and, like,
good
get
draw
lucky.
for sure.
Yeah, makes Bedlam Reveler a little bit better. But this
Yeah,
is
we
like
got-
such. Oh, dude. I was about to say I'm not gonna try and get lucky and just spike the Stormwing, but maybe that's just how you should play an MTGO.
It works for Tron, right?
All right, so we have a 10 on turn 2, and now we're just like tapped.
Yeah, we dropped a super ugly hand out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe there should have been thought into holding the Burst Lightning, so if we drew a land, we could play out Stormwing. Because now we
Yeah, I
need
was
to either
thinking
draw.
that. I was thinking that, but it's just as much incentive to kind of go fast. We'll see, but what we've got only 3 spells in the yard. Reveler is probably a non-factor, especially against double Amulet.
Let's say we might just die this turn.
Yeah, getting T2'd here. Oh,
Ooh, that was a really good reason to hold on to a Burst Lightning. So he has Titan next turn. I would love to draw a way to kill his Elvish Reclaimer. That will do it. I'm just gonna kill a Spring Bloom Druid and attack, and hope they don't have anything. And then next turn, I'm just gonna sack a land and cast Stormwing.
Yeah, then just attack first in case they want to risk the Elvish
Yeah.
Reclaimer. Or
Yeah,
just
I was
want to
gonna
get
say, I
damage
don't-
through, because it's not going to block ever.
Well, I think he's gonna block with the Spring Bloom Druid, right?
Yeah, probably.
Like I would prefer to get through because like I don't think he's gonna block with this card ever. And if he like if we just move straight to attacks, I think he's gonna block with the Spring Bloom Druid, and then I'd have to dart them for 1 instead of hitting him for 2.
Yeah, sure.
Man, holding that spell looks so much better now that we could have just pegged the whole board.
Yeah. I
Can you imagine
They
how
get me a
rewarded it would have been for just going red-blue?
hmm
yeah, if we went red blue, that would have been cool. But I don't like playing Magic trying to just get like lucky and sack my way into stuff.
I still believe this was the correct play.
Yeah, I think going double red there was good. This is why, like, Izzet does sketch me out a little bit. Like, the prospect of stuff like this just makes me so nervous to play it compared to other prowess variants where you get so much, like, redundancy and consistency and all that. But the thrilling moments from Izzet make it all worth it.
So he doesn't have a Titan in hand, otherwise he would have just cast a Titan. We know he has that, what is it?
Bounce land?
Draw Bolt.
That isn't an awful draw.
So Reclaimer is going to get +2/+2. Can you maximize it with a third land in the yard?
Yeah.
Reclaimer.
There are 3 more land cards in your graveyard.
Yep.
So we attack, it does get +2/+2. it is so incorrect to bolt and then dart it down. I'm just gonna dart, not attack,
Why-
and storm.
Why don't we
Could you-
attack?
Yeah,
See
could
if
you
he
attack
wants-
to bait a block?
Then what would we do?
You bolt while
it.
he taps. No, because then we still have to burn the dart.
Yeah, I can't get a Stormwing down then. I think I want to put a Stormwing down and just try and like kill him in the air next turn.
I agree with that. I think you want to just dart
I
him, play Stormwing past turn.
I'm
Plan
gonna
on
need the
bolting
top.
and
There's.
I mean, next turn you're
I'm
hitting
gonna
him for
need a top
7
of land.
damage in the air.
Yeah, I'm getting a Stormwing down.
So, like, with just the bolt.
Yeah. This pretty dope. Doesn't have an or doesn't have a Titan. The Dryad here is also not great.
It could just be waiting till he has a Titan to run out all the lands. Ooh.
Oh no, I hit bottom that, didn't I?
Yep.
All right. I guess we need to bottom that. Yeah, no, I meant to hit
Yeah.
top on the land.
Yeah, bottom
All
that
right.
now.
Sorry about that. And then we don't have attacks.
They are still dead to just bolt next turn.
Well, no, because we can't play it.
We can't play it.
Yeah, we need to top a land, and then that's not ideal.
Like bolt
So
them
what?
and attack with the Stormwing is 7 damage.
Oh yeah, now they're dead.
Oh yeah,
because they
okay, yeah,
took one. Yeah, now they're dead.
you're right.
They're just dead to what we have on board. Yeah, they need to deal with these Stormwing.
Hilarious. Oh no, he has Titan this turn. Right?
I mean, wouldn't he have played the? Oh, it wasn't a turn.
Well, no,
never
because he has a
mind.
bounce land hand. So he plays the bounce land, gets
bounces the Teleria.
yeah,
and then he
gets
can-
1,
yeah.
2, 3, 4 mana off of it. So he doesn't have enough to search and play a Titan.
I mean, he does.
If he
But
plays
he
an
can-
Azusa first,
He can
I think he could.
sacrifice a land to get a bounce land that will untap twice again, no?
Yeah,
Uh,
that too. That or I was thinking
Yes.
also like if he plays an Azusa first, that'll
Yeah,
give
that
him
would do
enough
it.
mana.
so yeah. If he spends 2 mana, sacrifices a land to get a bounce land, and then plays out a bounce land, he has enough to search and Titan. So if we had played probably correctly and held on to the Burst Lightning, he wouldn't have this Elvish Reclaimer out right now. Yeah. Sweet loser. I think it was. Yeah, I think it could have been avoided. Because it's looking like he had double Amulet hand and was like, cool, just need to draw something.
Yeah, but if he pulled the if he ripped like the bomb with that hand.
Yeah.
What are you looking at for the sideboard here?
So we got Blood Moons, obviously, and Aether Gusts. And honestly,
Yeah.
I bring in the Flame Slashes too, just because Dryad is like if they have a Dryad, they don't need a Titan to beat me.
Is Abrade good in the matchup to eat the amulet and the small dorks?
I don't think so. I think we have enough ways. So like, Abrade kind of dilutes our own plan a little bit too much. I think.
Well, that and the 3 damage isn't really good in the matchup because it doesn't kill a Reclaimer that's pumped up, and it doesn't deal with the Dryad.
Yeah. Alright, so they just went and got Dryad. So they make 2 land drops, and that's enough to turn on Valakut, right?
Think so.
Valakut just starts gunning down my board. Right. 5 other mountains.
They already
No,
have
2
one
land
land
drops.
Yeah.
2 land drops doesn't activate it yet.
Yeah, they can also only make 1 other land drop this turn.
I think he's banking that you can't kill him next turn.
That'd be cool if that were the case.
Well, we could have,
It-
but we bottomed our mountain.
I mean,
We don't talk about that.
They've
like if
got to
the
have
entity
something
is-
else to play this turn.
If the entity
Yeah.
is still alive,
They could also just have Path to Exile. Yeah, no, I've messed up twice here. This Elvish Reclaimer should be dead because I think it would have been right to hold the Burst Lightning so we could draw land and play the Stormwing. Obviously, like with how things played out, we should have added blue or red-blue off the Manamorphose, but I don't think it's right to do that there.
nah, that'd
I
be-
agree with that.
That'd be banking on being rewarded for the playing the wrong play.
Right? Yeah,
Because
yeah. I don't
most,
like to play
most of the
Magic
time
like
you're
that.
drawing a red spell with this Manamorphose or a land, and then you're like, oh yeah, great. So I can't really do anything with my blue mana.
Right.
Yeah.
So in theory, I guess if you knew you weren't going to cast that Burst Lightning, though, you could have fished for it, kind of hoping.
Yeah, but it
But-
would
Yeah.
have been,
Well, no, so,
a
like,
light up
I
the
would-
stage, for
I mean,
instance.
Any other draw would have made me cast the Burst Lightning. I had a red because I had 2 burn spells in hand, right?
That's
The reason
true,
the reason I would have wanted to wait to cast it is so if I drew a wing, I could resolve a Stormwing. Okay, so I mean, if he doesn't have Path to Exile, I win. If he has Path to Exile, then I will not win this game. I guess I'm gonna swing all because if he has Path, I want to be able to bolt one of his things.
I mean, you could just get a Radiant Fountain to gain some life.
Yes, you can do that.
Either way, though, we got to send it.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
He's tanking, so he probably has something.
Yeah. Double block on the Monastery Swiftspear. So if we're assuming that he is going to get a Radiant Fountain, how do you guys feel about just bolting this Dryad?
I
Can,
wouldn't even
can
let
they
Nick-
activate Elvish Reclaimer here? Am I missing
They can.
Yeah, they
They
Yeah.
can
Yeah, you just pay
activate
2
Elvish.
pay 2
Yeah,
sacrifice
it's 2
land.
mana.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
What if let
I
damage-
do like that because it shuts off Valakut. Because they cannot activate Valakut unless they have a Dryad
Yeah.
on the board.
We know he doesn't have a Titan in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they're still taking 4 from the air, and then if they
Yep.
don't fetch the Radiant Fountain, they're dead to bolt on your next turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if they do fetch Radiant Fountain, they are dead to bolt, assuming they don't have Path to the Stormwing. So yeah, I think I'm just going to bolt the Dryad here. We're going to assume their opponent has a way to not die this turn.
I mean, they're not dead if you bolt the Dryad. They just take 4.
Right. Well, I'm saying, like, if I bolt them, we're assuming they have a way to stay alive.
Oh yeah.
It's just this way. Like, if they're going to live through this turn, I'd rather them live through it and not have a Dryad in play. Damage like that. Do they play more than one Teleria West?
Oh, and
I
they have to get.
don't think so,
They have to get
with
a
the,
green source to pay for the pact.
Oh, yeah, they have to pay for pack this turn. Shoot, you're right.
My bad. We should
Okay.
just have went for it.
So, yeah,
No, they could have with the Dryad. So them
Yeah.
sacrificing the Dryad.
No, they would have been able, even if we went for them, they would have been able to search up a Radiant Fountain and then gotten a green source in response to the.
No, because
Pact.
then the Dryad was alive and all their land made green.
Yeah, either way,
yeah.
as long as they had a Radiant Fountain in their deck, they weren't going to die this turn. They were going to be able to pay for the Pact.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is kind of cool, though. Hopefully, they don't have enough to do more things.
I mean, they probably need to
Just
start with a bounce land.
Yeah, we know they have a. Oh wait, no, we don't, because this is the bounce land we knew about.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I guess while waiting, we could talk theoreticals. They make an untapped land drop, then they can fetch up a bounce land. That would only give them 4 mana, though. There's nothing really scary. They can do it 4 mana. No, at 4 mana, they could go Dryad from hand, second land drop, kill the Stormwing.
Or
They
they
just
could pass turn.
Okay, cool. Then I think we got it.
Yeah, we won.
Yeah, they don't have path mana up. I'm just gonna show it to them.
they can fetch a white land with the Elvish Reclaimer, but then they don't get.
They're tap though,
white.
right?
Sorry?
What?
Yeah, it
Oh,
has a
no,
tap, but
because
it gets,
Amulet of Vigor.
untapped.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Play terribly, win the game. That's how it goes.
Never punished.
Yeah. Now this is the spots where like, this matchup specifically, I've had some trouble sideboarding.
I don't hate Flame Slash.
Oh
Bring it
yeah,
down
I
at
do.
all.
I do always bring
This-
that in.
This just is weird with Blood Moon because you're also bringing in blue spells as well.
That's how I've been sideboarding this. Maybe
I do
have
understand
cards.
that how that could be kind of back and forth, but I feel like you definitely want Blood Moon in this matchup. Like, if you don't bring it in versus the big mana,
right. I mean, yeah, I'm bringing the Blood Moons in. It's just like because of Blood Moon. I
yeah.
cut a Sprite Dragon and a Stormwing just because like I really don't want to have cards locked in hand. I think Burst Lightning. These decks don't play.
Oh, they don't play anything with
champions or anything, do
protection
they?
now. They shouldn't. I mean, they.
Yeah, so Burst
Google
Lightning
it
just
up
has
real
more
quick.
text than Wild Slash. How do you feel about this?
Looking good, and I guess if you were trimming in a different way, maybe a Reveler would come under scrutiny, but given the Blood Moons and all that we've mentioned, I think this is pretty good.
Right, it's kind of weird because like this is such not a Bedlam Reveler matchup. Like you just want to go fast, go fast, go fast.
Yeah,
But
but
you're also bringing in 3 Blood Moons.
Yeah.
You want castable spells. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's kind of odd.
Yeah, I think we could give this a stamp of approval.
All right,
This
have
Blood- It's also weird in this match now that they also play Skyclave Apparition. Like, yeah, they're not gonna have double white a lot, but it's they have more answers than they used to.
yeah. This is a one-lander that is bad. Like if I draw a second land, this hand's insane though. I want to mulligan this. Against Titan stuff, I've taken the habit of mulliganing iffy hands that don't have Blood Moon.
I think you chip it.
Same.
I'd probably ship. Yeah,
I guess we're gonna keep this.
yeah. This looks.
It's like
But
2
it's
lands
like-
out the top makes this hand insane.
Yeah.
So assuming we're gonna hit lands, I want to go turn 1 Soul-Scar, turn 2 Sprite Dragon, turn 3 Blood Moon. So I guess I'm gonna bottom this Swiftspear.
Is Soul-Scar appreciably better than getting in the first point of damage?
I think so because they're like making Dryad permanently smaller makes this a lot easier to kill.
Yeah, okay.
It also makes it a lot harder for them to block
Yeah,
with
the
like those creatures
combat
later on.
traits we can represent are quite significant.
Skip 3 turn? Oh, no. All right, let's draw lands, huh? If it's gonna be
Hey, it's
anything
no
like last
Amulet,
week, we're
at
only
least.
gonna draw lands. So let's do that. Well, okay, we can miss one. Actually, I'm just gonna kill this thing. You guys game for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I kind of agree with this call. Especially if they got flagstones turn 2 and just start ramping on us right away.
Yeah. It's coded into MTGO. These players always have this like the flagstone.
They always have the
Every
elf and
time.
the flagstones.
It's somewhere in the MTGO code. I just haven't found it yet. Can't prove it, but it's there.
They're not allowed not to have it.
Just passing. Land? Oh, yes. All right, one more of those, and we are cooking with gas, as they say. A path here would be kind of sick. I'd take a path.
They don't get a basic either? Oh, are we?
That's Eladomir's call.
Yeah.
Wait, no,
Well,
they
no,
added
they're
green
Do
for
an elf spell
yeah.
with it though.
What are they doing here?
They're trying to edit Emerald's call.
Hey, what a beast! Oh,
Two drop
Celestial
Celestial
Purge.
Purge. No. Okay, well at least they shocked. At least they didn't fetch up a basic. So if we can, if they Dryad and then we Moon, then the way it's stacked, they can't tap them for any color.
Yeah, they have to Dryad after we moon them.
Yeah.
to make them everything.
So we're gonna play a Dryad to make the game interesting, and then we're gonna play a Blood Moon. We got this. We're gonna draw a land.
And we're gonna play white bordered Blood Moon.
Do not play a Dryad. It's kind of rough. All right. I mean,
just play the mountain.
well, how do we feel about not Blood Mooning them? No, it's too appealing.
Bad.
Yeah, it's way too appealing to moon.
It is difficult for them to.
Well, they have to have exactly basic forest, right?
Yeah, or they have to have
Right.
another
Dryad through it.
Celestial Purge.
My dumb self, like, I don't know. I get when I play Magic, I get like so single-minded, where I'm like, well, if they play a Dryad after I play a Moon, then they can tap for any color. They're gonna untap and be able to play a Dryad, but they have to have exactly forest.
I know what you mean. If you look at our turn, though, like without mooning, it's very underwhelming unless they walk into our stuff. Like if we had a really compelling alternative line, then that'd be one thing. But here, I'm like, play the Moon, we'll win.
Hopefully, we're just hoping
Gotta
this
say, I
locks
like the bolts you got here, guy.
That was a good draw. Ooh, I appreciate that. It was, shoot. I mean, I feel so bad I forget his name.
It was Ironworks, right? It was Sal.
Yeah.
Wasn't he giving them out? Yeah.
Yeah. I am gonna hold on to both of these bolts
I think that's fair.
because I want to convert them to as much damage as possible. Also, they go Forest Dryad. I will absolutely double bolt
But
that
like,
thing.
bolting now only makes you lose 1 point of damage, so maybe it was worth considering if we cared about this point.
I think I care. Alright, that is actually kind of a good draw. These Dryad's not amazing. Alright, so their absolute nut draw here is they go Forest, Dryad, Skyclave.
How much damage do we have? Do we want to
None.
Flame Slash our own dude, or
No,
no? It wouldn't be lethal, right?
No, yeah, we'd put him to 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
I think if it was lethal, you would do it. If not, I think you want to leave up the removal for their single out.
Right. Yeah,
Like you want to keep it in hand.
for sure. And not like any spell, any non-creature spell at the top is lethal. Gotta clarify here. MTGO likes to mess with me.
Yeah, maybe you should have clarified a bit more because you're going to draw another Flame Slash.
You know what? You're not wrong. Okay, that's a good way to kick it off. I can only draw 1 spell here, so I'm gonna add red blue this time.
We can't cast any of our blue spells, so
No,
unless we double blue.
that's a good one. That's not bad.
Boom.
Pulled that from a chest. It's so pretty.
It really is.
Alright, so Path keeps him alive. But for 1 turn, I'd like to use the ability. Oh no! My mountains! They're not the right mountains.
Dang. Is
Oh,
it too
no
early to
Mirage,
drop?
GG.
Oh no!
Nice.
We're gonna have to do a 3rd take of this league.
Yeah, scrap it all. Unacceptable.
We're gonna do a 3rd take of the league here.
Wins the match, whatever, who cares? Wrong.
Drop from league. Just for the people. I've really made the switch off of unstable lands to mostly Mirage and Invasion. I think these are sweet. Actually, I'm gonna do this right now while I'm thinking of it.
Yep, those are beautiful.
Yeah, I used to be unstable with everything, and then I saw that Mirage Island. Really, they're just talking about it while we're waiting here. I pulled, where is it? One of these from a chest, and I was like, "Oh man, that is awesome."
Yeah,
I started looking at basics, and I changed every single one of my paper modern decks to have Mirage or Invasion basics.
love both of those sets for basic lands. No doubt about it.
Oh yeah, the Plains is pretty great. Alright. This is that blue Tron player.
Oh, he's on Blue Tron?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Good thing that deck is bad.
Alright, I mean, if we draw a land, like, our hand's kind of insane here.
Yep.
If we don't, it's less insane, but I'd like to draw a land. Going straight for the Dismember. That's kind of sick. Land? Ooh,
So did they just draw a map, or did they choose to hold up Dismember?
that would be interesting. I'm going to assume they drew a map, because it cannot be right to just hold up Dismember in the blind game one. That can't be
I'm
right.
gonna-
Like, they have to get-
I'm gonna assume that too, but if it is Blutron, it's like it weirdly could make sense. But
I was gonna say, they
Play
don't really
Blue Tron,
do
you gotta
anything
get
until
lucky
turn
anyway,
4
right?
with Tron, right?
we're still pressing D to doubt. That's for sure.
Okay, so I kind of want a Sprite Dragon here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, missing that one land drop was kind of rough, but we'll get there. If they don't go Worm Coil here, I always said like the best. Just Big Ballista. That kind of sucks too. I've always said that the absolute best blue Tron hands are just decent green Tron hands. Like times it looks the most impressive when they're like turn 3 Worm Coil, gotcha. Land. Second Swiftspear. Yeah, it just has to be Swiftspear. Kill this thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You can't let him untap with this.
Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, Fjord, isn't he the guy you were telling me about where he made like a 100-page book
would
or
have been
something?
better there.
Oh, is he? Me, maybe.
I remember you telling me to somebody. Does he have another
Let
Bloodstained?
me check out if this is the dude who wrote the book.
Sundering Titan.
That is a classic.
All right. I guess I'm just on the bad burn plan now, right? Well, I could go wide here, right?
You can bolt it multiple times with Soul-Scar into play.
I think I would prefer to just go a little bit wide here and then get in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage next turn. Assuming nothing else. But this game's not looking super hot for the home team. Oh boy. Spirebluff Canal. Yeah, we just bolt them, burst lightning them, attack with both of these things. The next turn they control our turn, like the worst they can do is sack the Fiery Islet, you know, with what's in our hand.
Yeah, I do think we need to dump out the removal spells for that reason, and also because the bad burn plan is our best plan.
Yep.
I mean, and you're losing both of your creature anyway because he's going to make you attack.
Right.
Yep.
At least
That
the
doesn't mean
Abrade
he's
looks
not
really good
attacking
in this
next turn.
matchup.
What's that?
I said Abrade at least looks pretty good in this matchup.
Yeah, Braid's not bad. All right. So I think the worst he can do now is he's attacking.
Oh, is he gonna ballista you?
Yeah, Sergio, we could just be dead.
No.
No. All right.
Oh, he's going to make you
That's
attack,
cool.
and then you have no blockers and you attack back.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, because you don't get a turn after this.
Oh right,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not Emrakul.
Right.
All right, let's make him do it.
It's gonna get some free information. I respect it.
Mhm. Yep. All right. All right.
Mind flavor.
I think if we hit that
Proving
second
why
land
it's
drop, we would've
overpowered.
won. I think if we would hit that second land drop, we would have been a lot better there.
Well, I mean, we are playing against the best deck in Modern. 100-page book says it, so it must be true.
I
So
don't know about that.
we should probably shut up about Blue-Tron because every time we faced it on stream, someone's like, "Oh, it's Blue-Tron, it's gonna be easy," and we just got 2-0'd every time.
That's true. I think I got beat Blue Tron a whole lot on this stream.
Well, let's do it again here. What about Blood Moon?
Blood Moon's iffy. I'm kind of into it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as much of a slam dunk as people might assume. I still think we should probably play it, though.
You like that? Actually, Wild Slash has less text here. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Into it.
Yeah, I think the way that they beat us is by doing what they did there, which is like having a pretty explosive start for them. If we can slow that down with a Blood Moon, I feel like we're really favored.
Oh boy.
We have a Blood Moon.
This is better.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we just see just spells off the top.
L6. Man, the hand was so great if we had hit that second land on turn 2. It's like dump out a bunch of 1-drops and play spells.
Yep. Yeah, that would have been good.
Tectonic Edge. Land off the top is not the best. Dismember.
Yep.
No blue source. Expedition map. Oh, we hit the 1-lander?
Ooh, whoa.
Oh,
Okay. Well, that's gonna be locked in hand until I find Manamorphose. Because I'm slamming Blood Moon.
Are you sure? Okay, we did it, but
You were thinking about Dart, Stormwing?
I mean, I thought it was at least worth considering because we do have the 4th land, which would become the 3rd land after we sack.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had only 1 land. It's not like we're keeping them off Tron.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm thinking Entity was the play.
I think you may have been right. Yeah, I think you may have been right. Well, in any case, lands at the top isn't great.
Yep. That was bad no matter what we did.
No, we said we wanted to draw 3 lands and no more, and we have drawn 2.
It's true.
We should probably scrap
we said
the
no
recording.
spells off the top, I believe, right? No spells off the top.
Someone.
Only lands.
Yeah, so and now the Blood Moon is achieving us more than them because we could outcast this entity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're getting styled on by the best deck. That's the best deck in Modern, though, so.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, at least
So how do
we're
you-
playing Trallin. Trallin is like the known Blue-Tron player. So we're playing the guy who does style on people with Blue-Tron.
It's fine. I've run into him 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, this is his jam. From as far as I know.
Does Chalice stop the flashback on Lava Dart too?
Yep.
Counters it.
Yes.
You can
counters
you
it.
can flashback if you want to.
You can cast it. Abrade right now. Ooh. Alright, I have one more turn to draw an Abrade, or this game just kind of like ends.
It's looking ugly here for us,
Yeah.
home team.
Yeah, draw's not been right. I think you were 100% correct about casting Stormwing. My thought was I didn't want him to get blue mana so he could counter the Blood Moon, but yeah, he was stuck on 1 mana. We knew about that. I think you were right.
Yeah,
I do think that
understand
this
the
game would be
impulse,
pretty
yeah.
different right now if we had added Stormwing.
For sure.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah,
I'd
at least
raid
Skylar
right
Island
now.
or 2.
That was not an Abrade. It's close to
Oh,
Abrade,
boy.
but not an Abrade. I think I'm gonna give it like one more turn.
Yeah, it is hard to imagine getting more punished though, but we
Yeah.
are definitely getting troned.
Don't say that.
I said it. I had to.
This is not Tron.
One thing I keep forgetting to mention, might as well mention it here, is like when we're talking about those blind Manamorphose decisions. One benefit of the stock build with Opt is you can have another thing to blindly reward you for making blue. It's just kind of an interesting thought.
Yeah, for sure. When you're, yeah, like if I didn't have 2 burn spells in hand, I think it would have been more thought to it. But
yeah,
with
I
the-
agree with making red back then. I just
All right.
wanted to add that to the whole discussion, and I keep forgetting to. So
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. All right.
okay, well, back down to
Match 2.
even, but we are
No, it's-
gonna play. I don't know what other big mana decks are left to play. Maybe we'll play them all. this
Yeah,
time.
just cover that up, guy.
Yeah,
We'll
okay,
play,
let's start
yeah, we'll
match
play-
2. We're starting match 2. Let's go.
We're gonna run into a Dice Factory next.
Nice factory.
This hand is decent. I recognize that.
Yeah, I
name.
recognize
I've played
them
against
too.
them a lot before.
I think on stream we've played them.
Yeah.
Bloodstained Mire, no companion, no turn 1 play. Could it be?
Are
Could it
they-
be Jund?
They do a lot
The
of
Fabled Jund?
No.
Is
Yeah,
it
it
Blue
could be a
Jund.
mirror. I think it's a mirror.
looks like a mirror. All right,
Good call.
buckle up, guys.
Yeah, I got excited for a minute to see Jund. To see like being played at all right
Gut
now.
shot into a Stormwing here. Okay. I think I'm going to take my comeuppance and just like burst lightning dart this thing. They have a mutagenic growth. They have a mutagenic growth.
Draw of Reveler rewards that play. Rewards just exchanging resources and extending the game.
They are not F6'd.
Mind games.
It'd just be incorrect for them to do that.
He just has it.
Oh,
He just has it. All right.
But he's nice
Alright.
enough to let you know before you waste your second spell.
yeah. At least they did it then. Yeah.
Right. Nice not to let me resolve a Monastery Swiftspear here. Alright, I'm just going to do the same thing next turn if he taps it out. I do think these games usually just kind of end when you can make a play like that and protect your creature. I'm going to cast a Stormwing.
That is also my inclination.
Yeah.
Oh. Alright.
I'm hoping to draw a land.
If he has
so
a bolt. Yeah, if we hit a land,
hoping
it'd
to
be
draw a
really good,
land.
'cause if we has a bolt, he can just kill this, and then it's probably not
Ooh.
gonna be very good.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah. All right. So that deal.
I was gonna say, once we cast the Manamorphose, I think we were kind of just like on this path, but I do think maybe lava darting him and just to have it in the yard as something to protect Stormwing with next turn probably wasn't a horrible idea.
It's a good point. Getting a dart in the graveyard is really high value.
Mhm. All right, so he showed me that he's willing to just like try and stop the burst lightning with the thing. So maybe we'll just cast a spell in response here. All right. So I guess I'm gonna start with a dart.
Yeah, try and draw out like everything you can, I guess. And then this also puts it in the yard, which isn't bad.
Well, also, if I count right, we have Reveler next turn, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. He has his own lava dart, so I'm going to make him have his last card as mutagenic growth. Cool. And we get to untap and Reveler. I do
Seems
enjoy
pretty
playing these
good.
Prowess mirrors.
1.
Swiftspear. All right.
A little scary.
Well, we're
Little-
one short from Revelering, I think.
Are we?
One,
I think we have
one line short.
1,
With
2,
5.
3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh,
7,
yeah,
8.
5. I didn't count the dart. So
Okay.
I counted 4.
I really like that was not a bolt. I don't like that it was a Soul-Scar.
now
That's still
we can-
Reveler. Yeah.
Now we can bolt and Reveler.
Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful.
All right. There's some good ones.
Yep.
Okay. I am
Main
snap
board
blocking.
Flame Slash.
I'm gonna snap block here. Another Soul-Scar Mage. Cool. I'm probably just gonna dart them light up here. Yeah, it's still just dart them light up. They have nothing. They have no
Yeah.
lava darts in the graveyard.
They do have a
Um,
dart in the yard.
They have one.
They have
They have
one.
Oh,
one.
they do. Okay, so 2 damage spells don't kill him, but a lightning bolt does. I'm gonna go ahead and bolt their Soul-Scar Mage, because I think I'd rather than shrink the Reveler than the Soul-Scar. Well, maybe it doesn't matter. Let's start with darting them.
Yeah, I think darting to begin is good.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now, so I play the Soul-Scar. I bolt one of their things, slash the other. If they allow Dark to protect, it's still going to die on the end step.
That's what I was just about to say. I like that line.
And don't forget to play the Mountain out of Exile.
I think you bolt first, no?
Bolt first.
Because this
Bolt first.
way,
Oh, yeah.
they choose which
Sure.
creatures they. Yeah, like now they can't really dart because if they do, they lose both creatures.
You can just attack, right?
Oh, they just conceded. Sure.
Yeah,
Well,
That'll-
then, yeah.
That was sick.
All right. So
that was sick.
yeah,
Bedlam Reveler. Mono red Prowess mode engaged. That's what it's all
please
about.
come in.
So
And
we
to-
want to bring in Blood Moon to take them off of blue. They'll never see it coming.
I will say that on this list, like going away from 4 ops and bringing in 4 burst lightnings, I feel so much more confident.
Yeah,
like
I
the
do
Mihashi aggro list is so good against Prowess decks because of that. They just have like everything in their deck is either a kill spell or a threat.
Hmm.
Speaking of which, we have 4 cuts to make, and I am not sure.
Lava Dart as a 4 of is probably bad, right? You just
I can buy that.
can't
I like
really
the-
afford to see multiples unless you're already winning, is how
Yeah.
I would put it.
It's true. None 2.
Maybe only 2 Aether Gust, just
Yep.
because like they have Stormwing.
Buy that as well.
Hmm.
And our deck is looking really, really good to handle a Prowess deck.
I don't know. Maybe,
Yes.
I'm hoping
maybe
they.
cut an Abrade because it an Abrade or a Flame Slash because it doesn't go to face. Like we have a lot of creature removal, and we're not going to get threats.
So in this matchup, like this card reads deal 3 damage to target creature. Like going face is rarely a thing unless you're going to win that turn.
Yeah, but
How
we're
about
at
Aether
a-
Gust?
We're at a
Because
point where we basically have our deck is composed of 1 pile of creatures and 1 pile of creature removal, so we just have to cut the worst one.
I think Aether Gust is the worst one.
Hey,
Oop,
I was gonna
sorry.
say Aether Gust or a 2 damage spell like Wild Slash. I think it's
Yeah.
one of those two.
I think I'll cut Aether Gust. And I'm hoping, I do think that Dragon's Claw is just not good in these mirrors. But I know like a lot of people disagree with me, so I'm hoping he's one of the people that disagree with me. Yeah. Final words?
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I like
Cool.
it this way.
I would love to see him mulligan, because I think that's mulligan in his hand. He's a 7. We have to mull this, right, guys?
Yeah.
I would assume.
Yeah, I think
so.
it's too light on action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mulliganing in these mirrors is so
Yeah, I guess we
terrible.
mull this and hope
This
for
is much
4
better.
good cards.
This is
instead
way
of
better.
This is much
cards.
better.
Yeah.
All right. Hoping to see a turn 1 play here. Soul-Scar Mage. Nice. Ooh, is he on a 1-lander? Oh, he is. Yeah, I'm just gonna stomp.
I like it. I like it.
These games are such a trading of resources. I've often thought about whether or not it's right to take the play.
That's super interesting.
Man, it seems so risky to keep a
hold
Wildlander
up,
in this
Slash.
matchup.
Why Flame Slash?
I don't know. It's sorcery. I was thinking it's
Like,
talking
does doing
about.
extra damage like really have more utility than just going face?
I think so.
I like not flame slashing in case he like pulls a land, goes Manamorphose, Stormwing. Flame slash is a lot more likely to be able to deal with that.
Is it against versus lightning bolt specifically? I
Yeah,
don't know.
well, I
thought it
mean-
was- like my first instinct was to say, should we play the flame slash here? But I'm sure it is fine either way. Basically,
Well, I'm thinking like if he's shown us gut shot, so if he still has that in his deck, right? Flame slash at least beats that on a Stormwing.
There it is.
That's what we like
there
to
it
see.
is.
That's what we like to
Hey,
see.
the third land.
The
last
third land.
we'll ever draw.
Well timed third land.
I believe this is a pretty dead card in these mirrors. I will bottom that, and I will top that.
I guess
Very
it seems kind of good when both players are casting red spells, though.
Yeah, I think it is pretty accurately rated in the context of mono red prowess, and then the further away you get from that core, the less of a high ceiling the card has, and
I agree.
also the meta is pretty interactive right now. People will not lack for kill spells, so I definitely get where guys coming from. You thinking about jamming the giant here?
I
about
like
jamming the
Crusher
giant.
here, so if we can hit another land, we can kind of protect our Stormwing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I did. I've had this argument a lot on the channel here, and it was it Dan or me or Beto who sent me a clip of Hayashi, who somebody brought it in against it, like a prowess player brought it against him. He's like, "See, this is why this card just does not matter."
I certainly agree against M. Hayashi. The threat count is at least 20 in those decks. Plus, they have a companion. They just go too wide and too tall for Dragon's Claw to really be reliable.
Yeah, I was gonna say against that list and against especially Izzet Prowess, I feel like it's much more of a board control game where you just want to try and keep their make sure they don't have threats, and that's how you end up winning.
Yep.
Yeah, this is only the only thing that matters is board presence in here. I have had several prowess players concede to me when they're at 28 life.
How about Flame
we can-
Slash now? Play Stormwing there.
Yeah, Flame Slash.
Well, I mean, we could still try
There's-
to hold out for another land if you wanted to protect it, like Dogfish was saying.
I mean, in case he has
We've got-
kind of
some
thinking about it 'cause I
removal,
think the game will somewhat just end if. Also, they've been fetching up basics. Yeah, they fetched up basic.
We just attack first, regardless, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, maybe they just kill our Bonecrusher that way, but maybe we don't care.
I mean,
the only thing that
if
makes that
they
bad
have
is
a kill
mutagenic
spell
growth.
for it, they kill it anyway.
Well, like the only thing that makes that bad is mutagenic growth.
I mean, we can try to start by a removal on the Soul-Scar Mage, and if they have an answer, we can use another removal and play the Soul-Scar. If they don't, we play the Stormwing.
I like that. I'll start with the Flame Slash. Got the growth. And Wild Slash. Yeah, I'd rather Soul-Scar be alive, so they're going to bolt something. I'd rather be the Bonecrusher. Okay. Hard cast light up. Pretty cool with that. Ooh, and he didn't cast the Soul-Scar Mage. I'm gonna not cast his Stormwing because I don't want this bolt to go face. I want this bolt to kill that.
I think that's really reasonable.
What does he have where he didn't want to play that? Oh, yeah, I think he wants to fetch up his Team Vents and didn't want to shock for it. Because I was thinking, like, what could he have that he didn't, like, you wouldn't want to play out and also wouldn't kill these things? But yeah, I think he just didn't want to shock for the Steam Vents. Which makes sense.
Maybe he brought in his Blood Moon.
Ooh, there we go.
They'll never see it coming.
We've identified the line.
They could also have similar incentives to us where they're trying to protect their own threats and or get value out of them with the -1/-1 counters.
No. I'm gonna make him spend 2 removal spells on the Soul-Scar here. He doesn't have the second. He doesn't have a way to protect the Soul-Scar. Then, like, yippee. See, this just dies, and yeah, cool. Now he can't kill with just the dart.
Yeah, this is where Dragon's Claw is really bad, but there's like leaving in Lava Dart and also bringing in Claw. So what did they cut?
He also brought in Relic Progenitus.
Yeah.
That seems like a weird one.
Well, I mean,
Did
like,
he
he got
he
messed
lost
up
the
by Bedlam
Reveler
Reveler
so
game
hard,
1.
yeah.
Yeah, he got messed up by that card game 1. That is the best card in the matchup for sure.
Maybe it says that he doesn't have Reveler as well.
Yeah, maybe. Actually, that makes a lot of sense.
It does.
So do you try and draw an untapped land, or try and actually I have way more 1-mana spells than I have untapped lands.
Basic Mountain. All right.
Did
That
it?
works too.
Did it?
Yeah, looking at their list, that they did well with yesterday, it seems like that was a few days ago. Seems like they might be on Brazen Borrower build.
Yeah. It is kind of what people are gravitating towards. I played Brazen Borrower for a long time. I didn't cast his pre-combat because if he cast a 2-mana damage spell on the Soul-Scar, I wanted to protect it. I wanted him to be the first one to act. He's going to counter this? Mystical Dispute?
Oh my goodness. I was just
Whoa!
about to say, what on earth is in their hand? There you go.
Whoa! Oh, man. That seems so narrow.
He's still, yeah, I was gonna say, like, he's still dead in 2 turns though.
I was playing against this Ponza player the other day who brought in freaking Veil of Summer against me.
Because the card actually does nothing.
I mean, it stops my Aether Gust that are in my sideboard, and that is it. It only stops half of it too, because it's on the stack. It doesn't do anything.
He can
And it
draw.
hit our Aether Gust.
He can draw whenever you play a Stormwing. Like
There we go.
For,
That's the move. All right, flashback is
But
strong.
yeah, if they're playing disputes to compete over blue, that's a lot of blue action anticipated on both sides. Which again, we come back to Dragon's Claw. It's all like I think I still maintain that there is a good role for Dragon's Claw, but it's not a free roll that you just slap in no matter what you're doing. And here is where it starts to go off the rails for me.
I agree 100%. I think if you're playing Mono Red Prowess, Dragon Claw belongs in the sideboard.
Yep.
yeah.
And even if it just burn is in the meta, you know what I mean?
No, I agree completely. I just think like in these decks, Dragon Claw is not great.
I feel like in the sideboard of this deck, it isn't terrible. It's like for bringing it in this matchup, right? That's where like
I went away from it because like you don't want it in Prowess mirrors, which means the only place you want it is burn.
Burn is huge. Like I could see it being okay in mono red prowess, a lot more so than here, but like against mono red prowess. But
Yeah.
still, I don't think it's the best for that.
I think
burn is everywhere.
It is good mono red prowess, especially if you can not side out threats or kill spells for it.
I need to draw a way to kill this right now. Sprite Dragon runs away with this game real fast. So if he has no spell in hand, this kills it because he has one dart in the yard. I'm going to make him do that. He has to sacrifice a land for it as well.
And he can't mystical dispute it.
I was
can't
gonna say, you know,
dispute
they got
it.
another dispute in hand.
Like
Dispute that, punk.
he needs one more mana to outcast it.
Oh man, I don't think it will, but this ends up going to game 3. Dispute's good to know about.
Very.
Oh, is he going to Manamorphose now?
2 mana.
Whoa.
So you have a
He's gonna
Oh.
Aether Gust it.
Oh.
He's gonna Aether Gust my Bonecrusher Giant.
I thought he brought in
Whoa.
Monolith. I thought he was playing Monolith like a madman. That's what I guess it's gonna be.
Pretty mad.
Oh, interesting. Oh, okay, okay.
Oh,
He's
man.
gonna dart you.
Yeah. Yeah.
He darts me.
All right. I mean, like you said, Sprite Dragon can run away.
Yeah, Sprite Dragon is definitely a way to win these mirrors. I think we top this, right? No, we don't.
Sure,
It's
because
clunky right now.
You're
It is
dead
clunky
in
right now.
4 turns.
Yeah.
Like you're already
We're
dead in
bottoming.
4 turns.
A little sketchy, a little scary here, but
Ugh.
hmm.
Ugh. That's rough. That's a rough one. So I need to draw a Bolt, Flame Slash. If I don't, I just lose.
Rough.
I guess I play it and attack with it. Like I'm not dead. If he draws a spell, I'm not gonna win this game anyway, right?
Right.
So just make him draw a land.
Well, yeah. I mean, I agree that if they draw a non-creature spell, we're dead. Blocking is still interesting there with the dragon, but we're at their mercy either way.
They have
Yeah.
Lightning.
Yep. GG.
Yep.
Sprite Dragon with a turnaround.
Yeah, I mean Sprite Dragon is the way to do it for sure.
Yeah.
That card
Dragon
is
really
explosive.
good. It was a hell of a card. I think I'm just gonna run it back. Want to change anything?
Don't want to try and catch them with their pants down. The blood.
I could see dropping a Wild Slash for the Aether Gust.
Do you value like light up the stage in small numbers here at all? Like I
Maybe.
think playing like 1 to 2 is okay in a vacuum.
What is it better than?
something- I don't know. I mean, if we want to make their mystical disputes bad, we could inch away from blue cards a little bit more.
I guess that's true. If he's gonna leave Mystical Dispute in hand, I want it to be bad. So
Also, without the Manamorphose, do you want to cut maybe a Stormwing?
no, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I think that's an interesting consideration, but
But
Yeah.
I'd also completely understand that you don't cut a threat at all in this matchup.
yeah, yep.
Yeah.
I see both sides of that for sure.
think. I don't know. Leto's just not great. I'm just gonna go like this. So I do think you want like every card to be killer creature or threat.
Yeah, it is hard to go wrong with that mindset.
All right, let's rock and roll. Let's get him. Opponent's deck sucks. We're gonna kill him.
A great hand.
Yes, it is.
Good. But I'd say this is the kind of hand where if he mulls, I think I just win on the spot. Now, I think I'm... Ooh. I was going to say, Sprite Dragon is valuable enough. I kind of want it to be the last threat after, like, the last threat I play after we trade resources. In which case, I was going to say Monastery Swiftspear, attack, hold up, removal.
I still kind of like that. Like, he still has 6 in hand, so he probably... he very likely has another burn spell, and it's not like he's going to let our Swiftspear survive, right?
I like the line of thinking here, and I agree with Fjord's points. A couple of things punish us for not playing Dragon. Dragon's Claw and Mystical Dispute both punish us for going Swifty pass. So with the second one, I think there's at least an argument to make them have some way to remove it, and or even if they do, maybe it throws them off their plan.
Yeah, with the second one, I think I like that. I don't know. It's just running out a Sprite Dragon without backup into a Lava Dart deck it always feels bad.
Yeah, no question about it.
Let's see here. Soul-Scar Mage and a kill spell for the Sprite Dragon. Now let's draw a land so I can... Ooh, that is not a bad one, though.
No, indeed.
Obviously, the best thing here is to Monastery Swiftspear and Burst Lightning Soul-Scar Mage and attack for 2. But if they have a Mutagenic Growth, I would like to... Like, if they have Mutagenic Growth, I want to Burst Lightning and then Bolt.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. This is another judgment call. We got lots of really interesting decisions here. We are the aggressor for now.
Yep.
So that's a...
Yeah, but I think like if they have the growth, this will change real quick. So maybe we just play it safe and lose 1 point of damage if they don't have the growth.
I can definitely see that.
Okay.
Also, we're thinking they don't have Reveler, so we sort of have an advantage on the long game.
Yeah, if they don't cast a Relic here. Like, a Bedlam Reveler is just so backbreaking.
Yeah. They now know, basically, though, that we have a Flame Slash or better in hand based on our sequencing there. Worth just keeping in mind.
I love the draw land. That is an Aether Gust. Yeah, I'm just going to bolt the Sprite Dragon.
Don't you want to Aether Gust the Sprite Dragon? Or is it just maybe too risky?
It might be. Like, if they have a strong hand besides this.
Yeah, because then maybe they can just get it out of bolt range next turn.
Yeah, that's the risk.
Like it...
The only problem is if... Well... Okay, so the game will just end. If I go to bolt it, they Mutagenic Growth, and then they also have Mystical Dispute in hand for the Aether Gust. That will just end the game. But that's asking a lot to have a 2-card, like an opponent with 2 cards in their hand.
Yeah.
Aether Gust is more mana efficient. There's also an incentive to just play the blue spells because they don't have Mystical Dispute up.
Yeah, it just depends on what you think they have. If they have kill spells, it's probably better to bolt it. If they have only creatures,
I'm gonna bolt it. I'm just gonna bolt it. I'm just gonna eat it if they have a Mutagenic Growth. I'm hoping they don't though. Damn it. Ugh. Okay. All right. Alright, so they are down to 1 card in hand. We do get to Gust this Sprite Dragon, assuming no.
Yeah. Hey, we just got to fade their best card of Mystical Dispute. We can do that. You know, we're in it.
Yeah, well, that is what I said. Like, if they don't cast a spell here, I'm going to feel a little bit weird.
Oh, they.
Ooh, they don't attack.
I mean,
Okay.
They're dead to double bolt. If they
Now, the absolute best card they got out of here is Mystical Dispute, right?
Yep.
It's weird to say that when you're playing a Prowess deck.
Yep. I think if they had a kill spell,
But like if the last card in their hand is Aether Gust, you probably want to cast your own Aether Gust.
yeah, Aether Gust or Mystical Dispute makes sense for not casting any spells. They could have a Stormwing stranded in hand. But I think if they had a kill spell, they would have cast it on like while I was tapped out.
I
So
agree with that.
I think like the way we lose this game is they get to keep this Sprite Dragon alive. So I kind of want to just like cast Sprite Dragon to check him.
Yeah, try and see if they do have the dispute
Yeah.
in hand. Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm
How do you
leaning
feel
that
about
way. Yep.
So I'm gonna hide enough life, so I don't think this is gonna kill me next turn. And I think they would dispute this. They did not dispute it.
Maybe not with the Swifty.
You don't even want to represent the block next turn.
I was thinking like gut check him a little bit. Oh, they're hard casting Stormwing. Okay, so it was a Stormwing stranded in hand. Okay. But now we're pretty clear to Aether Gust as Sprite Dragon. If we draw a bolt, I think I'm into bolting the Stormwing instead. I don't know.
They went one bottom, one top.
Yeah.
Or if you gust the Sprite Dragon, then you have to make them choose between keeping the card they topped or the Sprite Dragon.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess Sprite Dragon.
Do we need to main phase it? Yeah. I don't think so.
They probably top the spell with 5 lands into play.
Yeah. Alright, so we just pass in here?
Do we
Well,
want
what
to
if-
do it before they
Here's
untap, just in
something
case they
interesting,
top
right? What if
dispute?
If we gust this Stormwing, we can attack with
Can't gust a
both?
Stormwing.
It needs to be red or green.
Yeah, Gust is red or green. So I don't think they're gonna top a mutagenic or a mystical dispute here.
I agree
Right.
there. I agree.
So I think I'm just gonna not attack with anything. They're gonna. I think my hope is that there's like, oh, I have spells. I'm just gonna shove with everything.
Yep.
I
Then we
agree with
gust.
that line of thinking, but I also would not think that they would board in mystical dispute against us.
Oh, you didn't see game 2.
Hence the. Oh, I meant until that happened in game 2. That was not something that would have crossed my
Oh,
mind.
wild
at all.
ride. We have kind of gotten. I think we need more than two lands to operate here.
All right, so they top something low curve because they begin sequencing by cracking the Islet.
Mm.
That's just a good old bolt.
Yep. So I say we let this resolve and we wait for the attacks.
Yep. We're doing something kind of special here.
Put it on top.
Burst lightning. I think it's just Sprite Dragon attack.
Yeah.
Then if we hopefully we draw a land, and we can like burst lightning the Sprite Dragon Stormwing Entity. He did go top with the Sprite Dragon, right?
Yep.
He did.
Yeah,
He
okay.
topped it. So he's got Sprite plus 1 unknown.
Ooh, he's not even attacking with the Stormwing. All right, let's draw a land. Oh boy. Okay.
That is a card, though.
It is a card. All right, so clearly gonna burst lightning the Sprite Dragon. Yeah. No. Cancel. Okay. Thought I may have accidentally clicked on Sprite Dragon. You control. Now, do we try to bolt the Stormwing? I think we do.
I think we do, too. That doesn't seem like they have...
They
think
just
have
let it
mystical
resolve so
dispute.
fast without thinking about casting a
Yeah.
spell.
Yeah,
Well, one
but-
spell wouldn't have saved it
Exactly.
anyway.
So we
If the Stormwing dies, they can see. Okay, I was about to say, if the Stormwing dies, the game ends.
Yes.
Okay, sweet.
Whoa. Wow, that feels good.
Those are just
That
good
was
games.
tight.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the kind of magic I like, where like you're trading resources, you got to think through things.
Yeah, so much to think about with these decisions, and we got clunked up, but bolt
We did
off
get
the
clunked
top.
2 lands. Oh, there were no lands in sight.
There's
There's
My
one.
goodness.
And like 20 cards
Right.
deep, land number
Yeah.
1.
We were not even that close to a Reveler either. We were just kind of treading water at best, but
Cool. That was fun.
yeah.
Those were really good games.
Those were good
Mhm.
games. And yeah, that's what I was in the middle of saying too. Like I was saying that if the Stormwing died, then the game just ended, I think. Which is cool.
Yeah,
Like in
that
game.
seems to have been the case.
I like it when games end. I'm hoping he had a mystical dispute in hand.
Guaranteed.
That was my hope. This hand is kind of sweet.
Into it.
Yeah, it's like one more land that I like to see, but can't be too picky. Man, I was playing. For those of you who are not in the Discord, and I would highly suggest getting in there. We started doing like paper magic over webcam. And this was after the Vent Zone 3-2 league. Me and Fjord were playing.
Oh, I remember
And
this.
I looked at 7 cards and I was like, all right, Fjord, I'm keeping this 7. And I'm telling you, I need to hit lands off the top, otherwise it's not going to happen. And was it 3 or 4 turns in a row? I just turned over. I didn't draw a card, just turned it over on the
Oh, you
battlefield.
just
with the
spiked
land.
onto the table. Just land.
I was like, if our last league tells us anything, it's that I only draw lands. I put them all to
Amazing.
6. Wooded Foothills. Poor Hellraiser. Ah!
Okay, back to this side of the meta.
Oh boy.
We had a nice reprieve. Nice quick break.
Tried to have a nice
Breath of fresh air. Now it dives
Right.
back in.
So, I'm not even gonna Manamorphose. I'm just gonna double slash the thing and attack him, I think. Leaves us
With
pretty
not
damn,
Manamorphosing,
it leaves us pretty damn cold to a Dryad, though.
yeah. I mean, we're not going to be pushing in for any damage, though, anytime soon without it,
Well,
right?
let's just attack and see if he blocks. Here, right? And then we.
Yeah, if he
use-
blocks, we only need to use 1 slash. And, like, we don't
Damage.
damage him as much, but we keep
Yeah.
the second one in hand at least.
So if he doesn't block. Okay, so he does block. That's cool. Alright. You guys are smart. You guys are all smart and attractive people. He has a Dryad. Of course.
So hopefully he just blocks again.
Alright, we're gonna draw a kill spell. That will do it. I guess I have Manamorphose adding red. And then if we draw a Stormwing, we can still play it.
Yeah,
Yep.
but if we draw a Stormwing, don't we want to still kill the Dryad?
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
If we pull a Stormwing, though, we can use one of the red mana to.
That
yeah,
kills very
doing
quickly.
the thing.
Mm-hmm. It does.
So
Um,
wait, we
Although if they untap and tighten us, the game just ends, right, with the Dryad in play, because they got Valakut.
but if we'd have to like burst him here and then slash him because we have a power. We have the extra damage activated. Oh, sorry, never mind. I'm
No, that's not this.
I'm still kind of into just burst and slash it. Is that crazy?
No, I
Not
think
at
it's
all.
reasonable.
Although we're also acting like they're not gonna just gonna go Castle Garenbrig Titan next turn.
I like burst and slashing is definitely the safest line, and I think Manamorphosing like free combat precludes him from blocking to be able to just 1 spell it, plus play something post combat. So I think
Yep.
doing that was best.
Yeah, we're gonna draw a dart next turn though. We're chilling.
Horse
Just pass, opponent. Come on.
missed the land drop.
World Racer. Yeah,
Card
miss
is
the land.
literally OP.
You missed the land drop.
You never
Yeah.
beat Reach.
Whatever. All right. That's a Soul-Scar Mage. Whatever. That just means like when we start drawing spells, it's gonna be better.
That's the spirit. Showing off the reach ability, the reach keyword.
This is one of those things that has too many lines of text on it.
Dude, that card would not be busted if it didn't
saying.
have a reach. Like I think it would be a lot better.
Too many lines of text. I'm gonna crack Fiery Islet here.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, we don't need another slow, unpumped threat.
Oh god.
Oh, but we got one.
Yeah, we got one.
Oh boy.
So does he jump with Sakura Tribe? Is the question. No, he does not.
Probably a bad sign for us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I would think so.
I don't know. They don't seem to have
Pass
many
again?
lands. So
Yeah, I do also like that they don't seem to have many lands. Oh boy. Alright, again, it just means that when we draw a spell, it's gonna be great.
1-1 beats. My favorite win con.
Oh, he really values that Tribe Scout.
I think Lava Dart ends the game. So he top
Yeah.
top deck on Tribe Scout. I still think Lava Dart will.
This is
maybe
an
lead, right?
exciting game of Magic right here.
Now with the double Tribe Scout, you could double block your dudes if you didn't deck the Manamorphose.
That's-
But it makes
Oh,
it
you gotta
easy
watch
to
you,
easy.
yeah, you would undid the yield, yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna add red blue. Draw a Lava Dart. Burst Lightning. That's not terrible.
Let's see if he blocks everybody. Well, actually, yeah. You just have it, right?
I'm gonna kill one of his things here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the next turn we definitely kill him.
I think it should be lethal now.
Yeah, this might also be lethal. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Getting very good at sideboarding in this matchup. Things are freaking everywhere. I cut a Sprite Dragon, cut a Stormwing, cut the light ups, and then we cut what else? It's like Wild Slashes.
Slash is probably worse than burst overall.
Yeah, because we know we're gonna hit 19 lands.
And he showed
Yeah.
us some Lava Dart target as well.
Yeah.
I can buy into that. Go like that.
I mean, I was for keeping the
No, he-
cards because he showed us the Tribe Scout that you
Yep.
can do
I
that.
thought you were saying he's short on Lava Dart targets.
I mean, he showed us more than the last Titan Slayer, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
All right, let's do it. It's nice to win game one. I do. If there's one thing I enjoy about playing against Titan players, is winning. This is, I mean, there's no thread, but like we keep these, right?
That was great.
Power Titan player.
Yeah, I'm
There's-
into the
yeah,
keep. I mean,
yeah, we keep these.
there's a weirdly high percentage of Titan decks where like you can get rewarded for playing a board control game with prowess.
Let's just draw a Manamorphose now.
Yeah, Manamorphose is going to be the easiest draw in the world off the top. Easiest
Yeah.
draw ever.
And then a land for the turn 3 Blood Moon.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I guess I'm playing out a Soul-Scar. Do need a land,
Curiosity.
though.
With the advent of Aether Gust in like bringing it in and Blood Moon, do you think there's any argument for one of Basic Island?
I don't know. Base Island is just such a bad draw. We are gonna Blood Moon here, not kill this thing. Yeah, he has Garen Break, so any land plus... Yeah, any land next turn, he just has Titan.
Any land he has Titan, and he's
Yeah.
hitting us for what? He can kill
Yeah.
Soul-Scar with the Valakut too, I think.
The only thing
is
is, like-
Flame Slash Stormwing.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, he has land drop Titan. We just lose the game, right?
Yep.
But if he
This is
doesn't
also
have
probably
land
going to
drop
be our only window to get Stormwing down unless we pull a Manamorphose.
Titan, it's a tough spot.
Very.
Because, like, on one hand, we play Blood Moon, probably can't do much else.
What if we just Flame Slash hold up Aether Gust here?
That's not doing much either, though. So we're in the same spot next turn. Although, if he doesn't play a Titan, then we are probably in the clear.
I'm not sure this does much.
Oh, no, we don't want to hold up Aether Gust. Well.
Yeah, I don't like holding Aether Gust this turn. Like,
I don't like holding up Aether Gust this turn either.
I
think it's between Flame Slash them, play out a Stormwing, hope they don't have a Titan, or we just Blood Moon.
But even if they have a Titan, can we do something about it? Because they're not going to go to activate Valakut.
What are we gonna do against a Titan?
Like, do we have a shot if they play a Titan?
Okay, so we Flame Slash, we played a Stormwing, they play a Titan, they get Field of the Dead, Summoner Land. Field doesn't trigger.
Field might
Or no, it
trigger?
could trigger. No, yeah, if they make a unique land drop, then Field of the Dead could trigger twice off a Titan, which they need a land drop anyway. So they play Titan, they get 2 zombies, then we Aether Gust on their turn and Blood Moon on our turn. And we would have a Stormwing down. I think I'm into that. I think I'm into Flame Slashing this and then...
Yeah, I think I like
Stormwing.
this as well.
Alright, let's try it. The records state that I'm not 100% sure this is correct. Now we can just kill a Titan.
Yeah, I do just want to point out that I like this just for the fact that without the Manamorphose, if we had Moon, we'd be locking our own Stormwing in hand.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to say for sure if it's the right
Fire Spout.
Oh.
Well, there's that.
I don't think I've ever seen that card before.
Sheesh.
That was a fire. We got Fire Spouted.
So considering they had Fire Spout, this was not the right play.
Yes. Maybe we should have held up Aether Gust.
Hashtag maxed punished.
Yeah, clearly.
We should listen to Dogfish more. That's what we're learning here.
Truth.
Alright, that was a threat. That was a good draw.
Rewarded. From punished to rewarded in a single draw step.
Yeah, and I feel super safe about going in on this because we got the Dryad covered. Not super. I never feel safe, but feel safer with the Flame Slash. Summoner's Pact. Ooh, we're just gonna get them. They Summoner's Pact for a Dryad. Play a Dryad. Now if they have. Oh, dude, they just lose the game. Nice. Now they can't pay for the pact.
That is sick. So juicy.
Sick.
You love to see it.
Great magic.
All right. Again, if there's one thing I love about playing against Titan players,
It is win.
Right.
Nicely done. And also, it's funny to think of how many different ways pacting for a Dryad can lose a Titan player the game. That was one of them. Walking into a boil is another one.
oh man, my favorite thing ever. I got a screenshot of it. But a Titan player, I was playing Blue-White Stoneblade, Titan player resolved Dryad, and then in the same turn cast Boil. And then conceded. I untapped with more lands in play than he had.
I mean, I think my favorite time against a Titan player was the guy packed it for Titan, and then I did something, he packed off negation it, and then later in the turn, he packed off negation again, and then he untapped and he realized he was like 1 mana short for paying all the packs.
He's like, wait, these aren't just counter spells? Oh man, I recognize this name too. I played against him quite a bit. This is a mulligan.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if we draw 4 Manamorphose, it'd be really good.
You always
know
have to
what?
think of that out, guy. So what if 4 Manamorphose?
There is nothing you just said that is technically incorrect. We're bottoming Reveler here, right? I think so.
Ooh,
You could also
bottoming
bottom
red.
land.
Yeah, I was thinking bottom of land, but
Bottom
I'm
land.
interested in the bottom. Why bottom the rev? I mean, are we
So-
assuming?
We want turn 1. I don't know. Maybe it is lane. Because like I was thinking, the way our hand plays out, turn 1 Sprite Dragon, or turn 2 Sprite Dragon, turn 3 Sprite Dragon plus 1 mana spell. We're like
I
somewhat like
definitely
all in.
understand that. I definitely understand that.
Maybe it's right to bottom lane. I don't like playing Magic where it's like, well, I hope I draw what I need.
Yeah,
Hope I draw a
mean,
land.
we're
Let's do
on
it.
a draw, so maybe it's more reasonable to bottom a land in this case than it would have been on the play.
Let's do it. As Fjord says, we're gonna take our pants off, run around, see what happens.
Another windswept Heath deck.
Maybe a Heliod combo or Devoted Devastation. Or
think
Titan.
Ooh,
I think it's
Ponza.
Ponza.
Or I
I think
guess
it's
Ponza.
Ponza?
Yeah, Ponza.
It is not Ponza.
Yeah,
Is it
it could be.
Ponza with weird mana base.
Looks like
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, I've
Ponza
seen
with mana base.
Ponza last night in the showcase actually played
Oh,
Vista against
boy.
me.
You know what's really good against a Sprite Dragon?
Yeah.
It's Ren 6.
So
Yeah.
you can-
Not if he
Um,
forgets he can down pick it. Then
Mhm.
it'd be a,
I mean,
then
do we
Sprite
still just
Dragon would be
do we
so
still just
good.
run out the Sprite Dragon though?
no, because you just get.
I don't
Probably
think. I mean,
not.
I don't think so. I think you
Yeah,
just kill
no,
Ren, right? Just swing and bolt it.
He might need this land. I like killing Ren. You never know if you catch him needing to pull this land back.
I mean, he has 3 mana guaranteed, right?
Yep.
3 right now.
Yep.
I think I'm just gonna kill the Ren.
I think we have to.
I do think Ponza is a pretty fine matchup, though.
I agree.
I think it is not an auto win. Like it's not super easy, but we have game. The games are fun. The best draw will be a 1 mana something here. Don't do another Red 6. Don't do that to me. Okay, that's not another Red 6. Sprite Dragon is really good against them. That's fine.
Yeah, that is fun.
It's pretty chill. Does that up our chance for like next turn we play Sprite Dragon and a 1 mana thing? Sorry, that cough was kind of loud. All right, we hit. That's not bad. If we had a land, that's insane. We just Sprite Dragon, Wild Slash, and light up.
Yeah, true.
Chandra Torch Defiance.
Chandra TOD.
That's not the best feeling in the world, but it's not terrible.
At least we can
Okay.
kill it right away if we want to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Let's draw a land here so I can. Yes! Nice, nice, nice.
Very nice. Okay.
So now play Sprite Dragon, Wild Slash, them light up, and then just attack down the Chandra. Then next turn, cast a Bedlam Reveler.
Yeah, we got Rev next turn. Yup. Yup.
Alternatively, yeah, no. We're just gonna slash and light up and then rock and roll.
I mean, you can't use the cards right away, right? So, is there a consideration for white flashing either the Chandra or the Pyromancer?
I guess that's true.
Because I could see like white
Well-
flashing Pyromancer and attacking with Soul-Scar and Sprite Dragon that are both 2/2s anyway. It just clears the way on the ground. Unless we.
So if
just
we
don't
wild
go-
slash them, they're gonna take 2 damage this turn because we're gonna attack Sprite Dragon at Chandra to make sure Chandra dies, and then they're gonna block Soul-Scar Mage. If we wild slash Chandra, if we wild slash Season Pyromancer,
I
we
think
light
it's
up
the
post combat, so they're still only taking 2 damage.
It's the same
I think-
every way. Like the only difference is, do we want to get the Pyromancer
Yeah.
off the board, potentially giving them the opportunity to make some tokens or not.
If they're spending all their mana making tokens, I'm super cool with that. I'm gonna heal the Pyromancer here. And just like post combat light up. And we have exactly enough for Reveler after we put this light up in the ground in the graveyard. Which means that any one mana spells that this hits, we can just cast with Reveler. Like we can still cast the next turn and Reveler. Attack them. Attack Chandra. Just hit Bolt. Alright, that's fine. I'm cool with that. It was acceptable. Honestly, I kind of like to see a Glorybringer here. It's like all they're doing. Cool.
Glory be to the highest.
Glory be to the
No
highest.
Elder Gargaroth in this build.
So that means he's a reasonable human being. I played because everyone started doing it. I was like, all right, you know what? Fine, I'll try it, and it was not great. Glorybringer is just better. So let's see. This thing's gonna be at a 5/5, and against Ponza, 5 toughness is like the magic number. I think I want to shock in this defense though. I think we're gonna kill them fast enough that me shocking this in isn't gonna matter. Do we want to kill Glorybringer? Do we care about Glorybringer?
It's exerted. I lead out
Yeah,
to
tap
attack
down
with
next
it before they die.
Yeah. They did do a Lava Dart. No, Lava Dart person to 1. I guess I'll play out the Soul-Scar, right?
Bolting them only get them down to 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't see a way we get punished for playing Soul-Scar game 1. So I guess that's probably better.
Yeah. Plus, I think once Sprite Dragon makes it to a 5/5, we kind of won the game anyway.
You only
Yeah.
got out of a Glorybringer range. I don't really think they have much of a way to deal with it.
Well, this has come up several times, both on the Ponza, like when I'm playing Ponza and when I'm playing against it. Sprite Dragon is a dragon. And this says deal 4 damage to target non-dragon creature.
Very good point.
The first time I found that out, I was playing Ponza. I was like, okay, cool, I can kill Sprite Dragon here. I was like, wait, why is it not letting me?
Attacking against Pon's main board.
Yeah, the main deck. Okay, so Flame Slash is a thing. Aether Gust seems like okay. Aether Gust seems insane. Bonecrusher's tough to evaluate.
It is. I would, in theory, I would say we should be bringing them in, but in practice, the cuts are probably like I think most decks should probably have a relatively limited sideboarding plan against Ponza. We have to be prepared, though, to beat Garruk Relentless. That's the one thing I'll say. You can't beat on the card.
Man, you were singing Kami's praises when he was helping me with the tech side of this thing, but when I played a Ponza League, we were going through the list, and he was like, "Oh, you have to take the Garruks out of there." I was like, whoa, hold on a second, hold on, dude.
Oh man, we've gotta educate him. That's okay. Not everybody knows about it.
Okay. Let's cut up 3 Wild Slashes, maybe. As a general rule, I like cutting light of the stages when I'm bringing in conditional cards.
I like that methodology a lot.
Let's see. Then just cut 3 Wild Slashes. Since it seems like it's the weakest spell.
Yeah, you're thinking of 0 copies of Bonecrusher?
I don't know what Bonecrusher is better than looking at my list here. Maybe like a Wild Slash and a Burst Lightning?
I have a much stronger instinct than you do, and yours is probably better than mine to trim entities. I'm always getting itchy to like trim an entity.
Ooh. Yeah,
But-
I can't imagine deck red trim entities.
Yeah, so
All right, let's rock and roll.
Yeah, deferring to you for sure with this.
If there's a game 3 we can revisit.
I do think Bonecrusher does a fair amount here, but can clunk up the plan too.
This is the key. I'm glad that last hand didn't have a 1-mana threat to make it a trap. So there's like a Soul-Scar Mage in there. I was like, oh. I think I want to bottom a Soul-Scar here.
Yeah, probably.
I will say, I'm hoping the recording goes through. Like, this is so much smoother than when I was trying to record on my computer.
On my hand, it's fine sometimes when I'm not sure if it's your stream. Maybe we'll check with Dan. But the screen gets a bit fuzzy, but I still have most of the stuff.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Cool. Boltcha. Second Sprite Dragon is a great draw. I love this Brizzy boy. Now don't stomp me, just bolt me. Or just take it, I'm cool with that too. Stomp after damage. In the damage step. I think you may have clicked
Just-
one too many times there.
No, it's
I might
just a
have
power
been trying
move.
to play around mutagenic growth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's reasonable. It's reasonable.
So do we want to Sprite Dragon and kill the Wren or the just Stormwing?
You can Sprite Dragon and kill the Wren. I kind of want to just Stormwing. Is that crazy talk? Because I Stormwing with backup from a bolt. They could like Chandra down tick or Glorybringer. They get Glorybringer next turn, so they could Chandra down tick. That make this bad, but that also makes Sprite Dragon bad.
Yeah, but on the other hand, Chandra Downtick
So
just dies to the other side of Lava Dart, and they don't have 5 mana next
Yeah.
turn. So like,
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go for this Stormwing. It is protected from bolt, which is kind of cool.
But if they had bolt, they could just ping.
Oh yeah. You're right. Still doing it.
The man.
Top 2 bolts. 2 bolts on top. That's a Bedlam Reveler. How close were we to that? Not very. We have 1.
yeah, soon to be.
So we are
zero,
3
but-
mana. We have 3 away from casting that. Soul-Scar is definitely going to the bottom.
Yeah, well, the issue is we're going to flash back the Lava Dart probably sooner rather than later.
Yeah. I'm gonna bottom that. As much as it hurts to bottom a Bedlam Reveler,
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. The mid-range side of me is just like, dude, it's a body that draws cards. They have the Chandra. They have the down tick here, right? Whoa. What is it? 2 mana.
Double Bolt.
Abrade. Oh. This seems wrong to
He's
me.
still gonna ping us with Ren here. Just in case that changes your mind,
Yeah.
what you do.
Yeah, so
I think I'm gonna make him do that.
but maybe keep the dart for the Sprite Dragon next time.
Yeah, I think we let this happen.
Ugh. I mean, if I knew I had a spell coming off the top, this would be different.
Well, if we don't have a spell on top, or if we have a break on
Dragon
top, we're
dies.
probably just done.
Yeah. All right, we'll let this happen. That's not ideal.
We did have the draw from the islet next turn, though.
Yeah, but we can't cast another spell because that keeps up 2 mana with the cast Sprite Dragon.
All right.
All right, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna
this GG.
I'm gonna play Sprite Dragon, attack Chandra, dart Chandra.
Yep.
So I guess we'll put this in tapped. No, because I want to crack this on the end step. This way Chandra goes to 2, so she can't down tick. Chandra.
I don't know why Gruul is one of my least favorite decks in Magic.
I like it, man. What does he even do against combo? What does it
How
even
does
do?
how does it beat Tron? Though? That's my question.
Oh, plus Chandra into Bloodbraid Elf. That is kind of the dream. Into a removal spell for Sprite Dragon, and I concede. Topia Sprawl. I guess I won't concede to that.
They've only got 4 cards in hand and a 5th in exile. We can still win.
God, this dude. I mean, like, we draw a bolt. We, like, cantrip into something else. Sprite Dragon's outside of kill range. I don't know. There are things we can do here.
There are.
Not a whole lot of things. But they're
Draw
there.
4 Manamorphose, Bedlam Reveler.
Yes, that is a thing we can do for sure. That is the prowess player's dream. Mirabito lived it too. He was trying to grind to get the 40 like championship points or whatever it was. And I was like, dude, I mean, Izzet Prowess is like at minimum the 3/2 machine. So he was playing against Dredge, and he did the 4, just chained together 4 Manamorphose thing.
Beautiful.
I was so mad. I was like, spent my entire time in a TGO, just waiting. Well, that was not what I needed to draw. If this were a spell, that would be cool, but that was not a spell.
Yeah. And then you... Oh, because you could play the Sprite Dragon to kill the Chandra, but then it dies to Vren?
Yeah, I think that's what we have to do, though. I don't like it. I think that's what we have to do. I think this game's a little bit over, though. Well, regardless of how this match turns out, this has been a much better league in our first go.
Yes, agreed. This has been fun. This has been sweet. And Al, you still have no plans to try Ren and 6? I don't know. It's looking kind of good in Ponza. What do you think? One day you will.
Know. Maybe one day. Yeah, you have got me on that sweet Garrick tech. Maybe I'll try out the Ren and 6 tech.
That's the important thing.
So at least he's not eating great with the cascade triggers.
Yep.
Well, realistically, I don't know how much that's going to matter.
I was going to say, he doesn't even need to hit great.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll concede to the Spirebluff Canal trial. Alright.
Okay,
On the
you gotta
play,
earn
we'll
it.
do it.
Gotta earn it.
Is
At
this
any
the first
point
game
there,
that's
how
gone
good
to
would
3?
Bonecrusher Giant have been? Bonecrusher Giant would have been good that game.
Yeah, that was an example of a game that would have been very nice.
For sure, it would have been good.
Is Lava Dart mediocre here?
They are
It's
an overpowered
mediocre
pro
in the
deck.
sense that you, like, if they're on a really hard land destruction plan, you're that much less able to cash in the back half, but that's less and less common these days, especially post side. So I think it's just like fine as a high upside card that kills the Arbor Elf, but on the play, we can maybe afford to lean more into Stomp for that type of thing.
Yeah, I cut a dart. Cut a Wild Slash. Let's rock and roll.
I like it.
Let's get him. Rimph. I like play first.
Rimph.
This hand is fine. Yeah, this is fine. It needs one more land, but we can do that. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. What do you guys feel about
Sure.
that? Lead on Bloodstained Mire, so the tap steam vents. We're hoping they are an Arbor Elf draw with this hand.
I don't think the hand is like amazing, but I don't think it's a maul.
Yeah.
Our opponent has showed us a willingness to keep just functional 7s.
Cool. That's what we were hoping.
There it is.
We need to land off the top. That wasn't it. I'm gonna shock here.
Yeah, I agreed. We have so many shock effects that just stomping upstairs is totally fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my thinking. Because if they just like don't do anything, are they on a one lander? That'd be kind of fun. Have it let this be a Arbor Elf, not a Utopia Sprawl. Oh, they're just cycling Tranquil Thicket. That's interesting. Huh? Maybe it's like a one of with Ren and 6.
Yep. I would guess so.
Just pass. No second land drop. Just terrible cube. All right. So I mean, if we draw a land, we're like kind of cruising here.
Yep. Land or Manamorphose? What?
That was a Swiftspear.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast a Burst Lightning upstairs.
I agree. I already seen 2 elves.
Yep. I guess it was not gonna be a land. That one wasn't terrible. I still think if we draw a land, we're in fine shape. They go Clothis into Chandra. Like if we draw a land, they go Clothis into Chandra. That's gonna be tough to beat. We can beat one of those things. Topia's Brawl. Okay. Did you Wooden Foothills and a Bloodbraid Elf? That's kind of scary.
It is.
It makes you really wonder what they have in their hand. If they want like it, if they liked everything else more than like whatever the other card was more than Bloodbraid.
Oh, that wasn't a land.
Yeah.
That's rough. I think we're just passing here. Aether Gust trying to stall for a turn. Looks really bad in the face of a Bloodbraid Elf, but our opponent's like a Chandra or something.
Yep. Nice.
All right, give me a land at the top, please.
He topped it.
It's no land drop. All right, second first, same as the first.
So that's just gonna sit here for a turn, do the same thing.
Yeah.
A little bit,
Thankfully,
a little bit.
the Mystery Land drop, so they're not pulling ahead of us any more than they already are.
Let that one go, I think. Relic Genitus. They're not playing Chandra. Which honestly makes Aether Gust kind of bad. Because like we draw a land, we're gonna tap out for Stormwing, right?
Yeah, I think they may have read you for having another
Is
Aether.
there
Gust.
any argument for gusting the Utopia Sprawl? Just to be mana efficient and...
Yes.
And
It also
It
means they're
can
not gonna
be-
Chandra next turn unless they draw a land.
Yeah.
no, but they. Oh yeah, they probably don't have the land anyway.
Yeah, they don't
Holding it in hand.
seem to.
Oh no, they drew the Chandra distance, so they can still have the.
Really, they can top deck a land next turn.
Yeah.
I think I'm into gusting this. All right, come on. We missed a land for so long. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Veil of
On top.
Summer.
Okay. They went top. Soul-Scar Mage!
Oh,
Oh
boy.
boy.
Okay.
What's up?
Well, I'm sure it would be wrong, but I was just Like the
Oh.
idea of potentially floating, darting, stormwinging, and then getting
Uh,
the scry.
You couldn't
Yeah,
run
it
that.
was
They did
in
it on our
draw
draw
step.
step, so we couldn't cast Stormwing.
Oh, they did. They draw. Yeah, got it.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, I think we would have done it.
Yeah.
We just we need to get the Stormwing down real bad.
Hitting the land was unfortunate.
Yes.
Wait, how did they hit the land if they topped with the?
Maybe they did
no,
have the
because they
land in
drew
hand.
off the.
Oh,
The relic.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, so they
Yeah.
Soul-Scar, and that makes Stormwing better when we do the draw this land. They got one card in hand. If we draw a land right now, I think we can still win this game.
I
It
agree.
kind of needs to be like right now.
Getting pretty unlucky here, but yep, we can pull it out.
I'm gonna say coward, not attack with the elemental. Oh boy.
At least we can kill this Chandra.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, man.
They still
It's
only
turn
have-
7.
They still only have one card in hand, so it's not completely
Yeah.
over.
Oh boy. Oh
It's
boy.
a bomb, though.
Glory banger.
Yep.
Man, if we had been able to go turn 3 Stormwing, I think this game would be a little bit over. We are just dead on board though.
Well, we can get. Alright.
So we can kill
There's
this.
a kill-
We can kill the Glorybringer right now. Then we draw a land, play a Bonecrusher as a blocker. We're at 4 life. I think that's what we have to do, right?
You can kill the Glorybringer. Worst case scenario, next turn you can Lava Dart the Elemental and Stormwing to at least be a blocker for the Spyro
Yeah.
if we don't hit a land.
Yeah, true.
Yep.
That's based on him having literally nothing else, though.
Yeah, all we need is the Ponza player to not draw bombs, and we'll be
Yeah.
decent.
He has 2 Veil Summers in hand. Land drop pass. Stomp me. And another stomp. Hard cast.
Yeah.
That still puts us dead.
Yeah, still pretty dead.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
9 draws.
Rough
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
lot of draws towards the land. Hold up, I'm
Yep.
gonna go back and how deep was it? Pretty deep.
On the other side.
It was down there a little ways. There it is.
Wow.
18
There
draws.
it is.
Well,
All right.
not meant to win that one, and that is it.
Well,
Yeah.
overall, I
Yeah,
think
well-
it was a good league. We lost
Yeah.
to the greatest deck in all of Magic.
I wouldn't go that
Tron.
far with Ponza. I think it's really good.
If we average every land we drew, we drew a good amount of lands, right?
Yeah, if you average between the first league we tried doing with this and this one, we had the normal amount.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah, no, we
On this
definitely
league,
lost
we
that one
also
to
have,
variance.
like,
If we had gone turn 3 Stormwing, turn 4 Stormwing, I think we would have won that game pretty handily.
Yeah, I agree, especially with a scry, at least one scry too. Like that just helps us.
Yeah.
So many ways that we could not control here, but
For sure.
yeah, I think this was kind of a wide-ranging Izzet experience in that we did have a fair amount of the clunk with Entity, and even with Sprite Dragon to a lesser extent, like its vulnerability and the fact that we kind of need to sometimes pump the brakes a little bit with our sequencing to make it better in the future. And one thing that I didn't mention, but I think really is relevant having played the full league now, is the pros and the cons of not playing with the free spells. Like, we saw mutagenic growth be really good for the opponent, and we also saw some of our clunk issues could have been solved by having more free spells like growth and gut shot. But at the same time, when we were like, our card quality is higher without them. So sometimes like drawing lightning bolts or drawing just high quality other cards did help us win. So just
Yeah.
things to keep in mind when you're tweaking your list.
That was kind of my thought between cutting, because I used to play with 2 mutagenic and 3 gut shot.
Yeah.
That was kind of my thought, that those help to power out Stormwing entities, but like if you're in a top deck situation, or you're playing if you're playing against like a BGX deck or anything that has high amounts of attrition to it, those cards just become such liabilities.
Yeah.
It's also
And
on 19 lands here.
Yeah, definitely. And when we did have progressions that played out kind of more like mono red prowess, we got really rewarded for that because we had higher card quality and more redundancy with removal and stuff. So
yeah, for sure. Makes you a little bit less explosive, but
yeah,
I like having a lot more game against like Jund.
Yeah, I think trading away the explosiveness is totally fine. It's where we start trading away the ability to get our blue threats down, where we start losing more percentage points. And there's probably a sweet spot between this and between the stock list where you could really find the right formula. Or what do you think? What do you guys all think about this? I remember when this list was new, when this archetype was new, and like it was stock to play 3 Sprite Dragon, and in some cases only 3 Entity. And that is my overriding instinct with the deck, and it's probably just not a deck that I'm not really meant to play compared to other prowess variants anyway, because of that. But there might be, is there anything there? Should we just play 8 of those flyers that are blue?
So I think 4 Stormwing is pretty solidified. The card is just absolutely bonkers. Now we saw where it is not bonkers when you don't draw a 3rd land for 9-10 turns. Whatever it was. 3 Sprite Dragon. Yeah, that was awful. 3 Sprite Dragon I think is still pretty much the stock.
Okay.
But I've gone up to 4 because I mean they even in just this league, like where we did have a lot of really clunky draws. We saw just how much like a Sprite Dragon can run away with the game. I think it is a heck of a card. I have had it 4.
Now, how do we feel about losing Opt in this league? Opt, I think, in some of those cases on the dig would have been kind of nice, but we did Blood Moon a decent amount in this league too.
Yeah, so I think that if you didn't have Blood Moon in your sideboards, Opt is probably better. Like you are going to lose points in some matchups, mostly against small ball creature decks, but we already kind of stomp small ball creature decks. But because of the Blood Moons, I cut the Opts.
I still kind of like the idea of single basic island, just so you have a way to be able to cast stuff there, especially like Aether Gust and everything. Through the moon without Manamorphose.
Would it be weird to sideboard that island with Blood Moon package?
So I think the 2 problems with the basic island are, 1, when you draw it naturally, it's so bad. Because like unless you're casting a Sprite Dragon or Stormwing, you want just everything to be red. I think it could lead to a lot of really, really clunky progressions where like you would have lethal if you could cast your last Lightning Bolt or your last Wild Slash, but you don't have the mana to do it. And second, our fetches, we really want to be red fetches, which means you're not going to play a Polluted Delta or something like that, or a Flooded Strand. So you only have 5 ways to get access to it anyway.
Yeah, you probably just gotta live and die by the moon if that's what you're doing.
I think a land would help when you raise the curve against certain decks where you want Blood Moon or the extra Bone Crushers.
You could also see Opt coming out whenever you're bringing Blood Moon.
Yeah.
I was even talking just for this list, where it's just like my thought process is just like even these 8 spells we did run into it. We did see it in this league, just not being able to cast them through the moon, and an ability to not moon ourselves out effectively.
Yeah, for sure. I also think that most of the time though, the moon's not going to be worse against us than it is against the opponent.
Yeah,
like you're not.
Well, I'm mainly thinking like the main thing I'm thinking is like Titan when you want the Aether Gusts as well, right? So you're bringing in more blue spells, so you're not just at like the 8 blue flyers.
I would say that if we have a Blood Moon, I don't know if we need Aether Gust.
The other thing to remember is that we don't have to play Blood Moon. You know, Cleansing Wildfire is a card. There are other options too. But I think Blood Moon actually, we saw a lot of its pros and cons here too. So in another way, this was really good representative league.
Yeah.
for trying to do stuff a little off the beaten path anyway.
I guess we didn't talk about that. So I used to play Cleansing Wildfire in the Blood Moon slot, and I think against the Titan piles, it is a little bit better. Maybe not against Green-White Titan, but like I used to feel favored against the Uro piles because you can just outrace an Uro.
Yeah.
But now with Uro and Omnath, I do not. I don't think I'm favored anymore. So the Blood Moon, like their Cleansing Wildfire, is kind of a joke, where Blood Moon just shuts them down most of the time. So that was why I replied Blood Moon.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. But who knows? Maybe it's not completely correct. This was my second league with the Blood Moons.
Yeah, I do.
I do like Blood Moon though more than Wildfire right now, with Uro Omnath being number one. I'm just trying to think of ways to make it more consistent, like without any sort of downsides. But I do like it a lot.
It maybe you just like Grim said, you go away from Aether Gust if you want to play Blood Moon, like, and maybe you go up to like the 4th Bonecrusher, and try and really just hammer red spells when you're going the Moon route.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yep.
I can see that for
Yeah,
sure.
and there's no permanent answer for what card beats big mana, because that is constantly in flux. So that's why it is important to figure out, all right, what does the Blood Moon shell look like? What does the Wildfire shell look like? Maybe what does the Pillage shell look like? Definitely some cool stuff. But yeah, guys, thank you all so much for coming out. Appreciate it. Izzet still needs to be revisited. Haha, get it?
Revisit
in the
the
future.
Izzet.
That's right. So we'll play this some more. And yeah, any other thoughts on the list? Actually, here's one thing I could mention that I didn't want to complicate things right before the league, but exactly how necessary is it to have our shock effects be all instants in this particular build? Because, I do love Forked Bolt. And Firebolt is a real card, too, as the M. Hayashi lists have shown us. Another thing to think about, maybe, right?
Yeah, it's something to think about. Not sure.
Cool.
I don't have a great answer for that.
That's fair. Just another thing to mention, but yeah.
All right, word.
GG's. Well piloted.
Appreciate it.
Claps for you.
Yeah.
Very dope.
Your parcel has been delayed.
He's having a rough go of it here.
It's been like 5 or 6 months or something. Just like suddenly long amount of time.
Dan, Aussie, did you guys get the recording all right?
Yep.
Hope it ends on that. Just like
Yeah,
it's
looks
been like
good.
5 or 6 months or something.
Well, there you go, my friends. That was Modern Donation League number 59, Revisiting Prowess. And despite our 14-card sideboard, a little bit of bad variance, and a couple misplays, we still come out with a cashed league, and in places the deck looked really, really strong. So we beat up really well in round 1 and 4 on the big mana decks, on the Titan decks, to be exact, and Blood Moon was crucial there. And again, if you remember from the intro, the whole idea basically behind our build here, the guy's whole idea was that Blood Moon was becoming more and more necessary as an inclusion, and we didn't see it against the piles today. We didn't see the piles today, but we did see Blood Moon obviously doing what its major role historically has been, and that was policing the big mana decks. We even saw it round 2 against Blue Tron. Admittedly, we kind of mooned ourselves out that game. Maybe we had an uphill battle to win that one anyway, given how the opponent's progressions were looking in places, but you can see the power of Blood Moon, and you can also see the downside of Blood Moon, and we discussed a little bit at the end just now, but you also saw the pros and cons of playing without the free spells, and also with shocks instead of opts. We were definitely more like a mono-red prowess deck than you would normally expect out of Izzet Prowess, and that has its pros and it has its downfalls as well. Overall, I was really happy with the league. I had a ton of fun. I hope you guys did too. So we talked about rounds 1, 2, and 4. What else was there? Well, in round 3, round 3 was like the best round of the whole league. It was a really well fought, close run mirror match, and that was definitely a really, really intense one. Skill testing, fun, all the rest. And then in round 5, I think we often will be able to get there against Gruul, but the deck just kind of petered out, right? We just kind of ran out of steam, and that is okay. That happens. It is thematically correct, right? That we've been going so fast right near the end of the league. Okay, we're a bit tired, we're a bit out of gas, and we just kind of slump to a defeat. But we had already cashed the league, so league is a success if you ask me, and I hope you agree. So thank you once again to Guy Catalan for piloting, for moderating the Discord, for being an Of the Veil tier Patreon supporter, and congratulations to Guy once again for being the reigning Discord champion, having won the battle for the Veil. He will be trying to defend his crown in the upcoming battle for the Bob, which is another Grimflayer MTG Discord tournament with very different stipulations that you will be seeing again on YouTube, just like you saw the first one. So thanks once again to Guy, and again to Nostier and maybe Lotus's Dan for recording this league and sending it on to me so I could append this outro as well as the intro to it and upload it for you, the viewer, on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Please do hit thumbs up, hit subscribe, all the rest if you are enjoying this content and wish to see more of it. Thank you, and I will see you for the next video. Hope everybody out there has a wonderful day. I'll talk to you soon, and for the Prowess players out there, please do feel free, as always, to share your thoughts on the list, how you like to build Izzet, or indeed other Prowess variants right now. So we'll see you in the comments section. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.